Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very have a good day to my beloved lecturer, Prof. Abdul Samad. So I am Nina Shafini binti Jumaah. I'm going to talk about the journal review Equilibrium in Competitive Insurance Market, which is focused on an essay, The Economics of Imperfect Information. So I will proceed to my first point. So it is about the identification of the main point of the model. The journal proposed is to analyze the competitive markets in which the characteristics of the commodities exchange are not fully known to at least one of the parties in the transaction. So the journal also uh, proved that there is not only competitive equilibrium not exist, but also the equilibria exist. Strange properties may exist too. The author also stressed out the basic model used in the journal by describing that if an individual will have an income size, if the individual lucky to avoid any accident will occurs. But unfortunately, when the insurance did not cover him, his income will divide into two states, which is for accident and no accidents. So based on what I see here, the 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 individuals the the main point is made to complement the simple model used by the authors, such as demand and supply for insurance contracts, information about accident probabilities, equilibrium with identical customer, and lastly is about the welfare economics of equilibrium. Plus, the author also include main point with probability such as equilibrium with two classes of customer in this journal that will be explained later on. These points were made with attempt to establish the model was robust and hoping to hint future reader and researcher that the model can be applied in other ways and situations. So, analysis of the main points of the model. The important main point is the supply and demand of the insurance contract, where the author showed that in order to understand how the market actually works, it is important to explain about the supply and demand function of the participant in a market. When we talk about the insurance, there is only two kind of player in this market, which is individuals who demand to buy the insurance at the company that's selling it. We can see demand of individuals are different when it comes to buying insurance contract, as they can alter his pattern of income depending on various type of factors. And as the supply of the insurance contract, which what I understand, it is less straightforward to describe how the companies does offer which contract is up for sale and to what type of people that being offered, because it can be random variable. The author does assume that the companies are risk neutral and only concerned with expected profit, where they will likely behave and think as they are. They were able to sell and willing to offer any number of contract that will likely benefit them because it's very competitive in the insurance market and it's free entry. So the next point is about the information about the accident probabilities. So the authors did discuss about how and when to estimate about these matters, but they do make bold assumption that individuals know their accident probabilities and companies do not. But companies may also use its customers' market behavior to project their accident probabilities, where high-risk individuals tend to take high insurance contract compared to those with low-risk individuals. Even though it might be true, but in order for companies to decide the terms that should be in the contract, is to be sold to those individuals to attract them. Because of these problems, one of the major focus of the journal is self-selection mechanism on the competitive market function need to be analyzed in order to get the best results. The other point is combination of equilibrium with identical customer, where customer that have different accident probabilities. It is it is will make the insurance companies to have incomplete information. It is why the authors do included equilibrium with two classes of customer, which consist of low risk individuals with accident probabilities and high risk individuals with accident probabilities. Had found that insurance market can only have two kinds of equilibria, which is the pooling equilibria where both groups buying the same contract, and another one which is a separating equilibria where there are different types of purchase, different contracts. From this point, I have learned is that a competitive insurance market may have no equilibrium. The last point is about welfare economics of equilibrium, but the presence of high risk individuals. It is might have negative impact towards low risk uh, individuals in an equilibrium. Not all high risk individuals would declare and admit about the high risk accident probabilities, and it would be different if all individuals admit before entering into contract. Next is about what can we relate the model to the theories and concept. It can be related into robustness concept or theory. It is because the result cannot depend on the simple technical specification of the model. Because time by time, the insurance market might have a development, and it was tedious and must exercise most of the details for the present version. So in my conclusion, the researchers should study deeply about this matter, and they have to use a valid and solid model to examine this matter. As just what I said before, everyday insurance market might have the development, and time by time the coverage might have the additional charges, and also might have a different kind of accidents. So this may make the researcher should take note and try to insert any kind of probabilities that happen in a future or in a new version. That's all for me. Thank you.